Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Sincerely Her Turn podcast, the ultimate show of all things new age of self love, personal growth, mental wellness, and self empowerment. I am your host, Maka Hassan. I am a young woman navigating through life, trying to find my footing in my tribe. And if you can relate, then this podcast is for you. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Sincerely Her Turn podcast. My name is Maka Hassan, and in today's episode, we are talking about how to build unshakable confidence in 5 daily habits. I am very excited about this episode. I kind of feel like for the past couple of years, I've always been a very confident person, but since going through a lot, which one day I will get in depth and I will tell you guys what happened, but I'm just not ready yet. I'm still working through it as I'm healing and as I'm like just developing all these things that I knew before that I've lost. And now I'm just like reapplying into my life. I will definitely share that story with you guys, but I'm just not ready, and that's okay. But I'm very excited about today's episode. I really am. I kind of feel like everybody needs this episode. I kind of feel like throughout COVID, being cooped up in the house, being forced to stay in the house and stuff, and all the sickness going on, and then everything that's going on today, I kind of feel like it just drains your energy and you just lose all sense of yourself. And self confidence is one thing that I kind of feel like we all been just forgetting about or just losing. Especially me, I've lost my confidence over the past couple years, and I feel like right now is where I've been one of the most confident person that I've ever met in my life, and it's been taking me 6 years to get back to this place. Like I mentioned, I always been a very confident person. I always been a person who's been sure of themselves, sometimes too sure to the point where people say, "Oh, you're cocky," but I'd rather have that than be the person that's very insecure and that second guesses everything and just don't know what I need to do because I just don't have that connection with myself where I'm not understanding myself and I'm not one with myself. I kind of feel like if you're in that era or in that season of your life, it's very dangerous because it puts you in very uncomfortable places and makes you make not very good choices, even if it's like a job offer or even if it's like relationships and friendships. When you're not confident, that's when you attract the worst of the worst. Meaning, you might take a job offer that pays you less for all the skills that you have because you're just not that confident. You don't feel like you deserve more or you should get more. And I kind of feel like this series that I'm doing right now in October, and it might pour into a little bit of November, but I'm not sure yet. But this series is just about rebuilding yourself, starting from scratch, and just relearning yourself and relearning the person that you are, and just becoming a very confident, vibrant person that loves themselves, a person that's strong, a person that's strong will. And I kind of feel like right now I'm slowly turning into that person that I used to be. I kind of feel like this episode will tie into other stuff that I want to share also, and I also want to put on the episode, but let's get right into it. How to build unshakable confidence in 5 daily habits. Number one, starting the day with positive affirmation. Starting your morning by giving yourself a pep talk, reminding yourself, I got this, or I deserve good things to happen to me. A few positive words can really boost your mood for the day. Or just playing YouTube videos about affirmations that apply to you will really get your day and just your energy, your vibration high. The way I do it is I normally have affirmation or just prep talks, like life changing stuff going on in the background that helps me just uplift my energy and give me that pump that I need in the morning. And someone who works in administration, I have to get dressed up for work every single day. So taking that 1 hour to myself to just listen and just take everything in, especially like I mentioned in the before episodes, your subconscious is open around in the morning time to receive anything that it needs to receive to start working that neural in your brain and to download everything that you're saying to yourself or everything that you're listening to. And I always feel like when you're listening to positive things in the morning, really allows you to have a really good day. Like it allows you to walk with the pep in your step, if that makes sense. It allows you to just be in a really good, strong mindset. Now, granted, when you first do it, it's not going to just fix everything. This has to be a daily routine that you do, that you reprogram your brain to start feeding positive, start showing your brain that positivity is good because as I mentioned, someone who suffers from negative thoughts every single day of their lives, it's very easy for me to just be negative, even in the morning. So when I have to force my brain and I'm listening to my morning affirmations and I'm saying it to myself as I'm driving to work, it really just reprograms my brain and it just gives me that fresh, clean slate to be everything I want to be in the morning or just to receive everything that I want from that day. And just be a really good positive person. It allows me to be positive also. It allows me to just check in with myself, if that makes sense. And it just allows me to be in a better mood. That's what I noticed. Saying affirmation in the morning and listening to podcasts that talk about changing and self development that really has been adding to my morning. So I would say doing this, it's going to be weird at the beginning. It's going to be very uncomfortable, especially someone who you grew up in a negative household where someone is always talking down to you or someone is always just making you feel less or you just never received that compliment from a parent or something, as an adult, it's something that you have to start giving yourself. That's what I noticed. You can't wait other people to give you these great affirmations and these compliments. You have to give it to yourself so you can start receiving it early on. And if someone does come into your life, whether it's friends, a romantic partner, and they give you these affirmations and they give you these compliments, they're just adding to it. They're not being your main source. Number two, set small goals. Give yourself a minimum goal like drinking enough water or finishing a small task. Hitting these little wins builds self trust. This shows you that you're capable of crushing bigger goals too. Like I said in other episodes, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't feel like you are falling behind or you need to rush to get this thing done. I kind of feel like some of us, especially you guys can relate, we're so focused on getting that rush and that dopamine hit. "Oh, I'm going to start this. And then we just never fall through with it because once we get that dopamine hit of the idea of starting something, then we just abandon it. And that's something that I noticed within myself too. So something that also I noticed that when I rush things, I never ever have the ability to complete it because my mind wasn't in the right place when I first started it. I just wanted that dopamine hit to say, oh, I can do it, but I never fall through. So you guys just slow down, take your time. You're not falling behind, especially if you're going to come on this journey with me with this podcast. We're all on the same level. Nobody's doing better than you. Nobody is beating you. Just take your time, especially if you want to see the right results and you want this change in your life. Slow down. Start off very, very small. Like, for instance, if you want to go to the gym first, and you want to be a gym person, just like I said before, start off just putting your gym shoes on and then start off adding more things like putting your gym clothes on. Just start off just going to the gym door, then going in. Everything is a learning experiment. And I kind of feel like when you rush through things, that's how you're able to just give up because then you start to feel like I'm not capable. But when you show your brain, when you show yourself in your subconscious that, hey, I can actually do this, if I'm capable of doing this small thing, your brain is also able to cope and like understand, okay, this person is capable of doing more things. So don't rush it. You're not behind. You're okay. We're okay. So just go slow, take your time. Don't feel like you have to beat anybody because this journey is about you and this journey is about reconnecting with yourself. And when you rush, I can speak for everybody. You're always going to crash because your mind is not in the right place. You're not doing it for the right reasons. So just slow down, start small, and build from there. Number three, prioritize self care, even if it's quick. Taking a few minutes for yourself, no matter how busy you are, whether it's skincare routine, a quick workout, or just 5 minute break, take time for yourself. Keep yourself grounded. Understand taking time for yourself will literally keep you grounded in confidence. I kind of feel like when you pour into yourself and you love on yourself, that is the number one way of being confident. For example, I heard someone say when you're in a relationship and you and that person is taking a shower and you're rubbing that person's back, you're literally looking at what you're doing. But when you're taking a shower, you're either looking up and you're scrubbing your arm, you're not paying attention to what you're doing. So, and that just like blew my mind. And I never took a shower with a man before, so don't get crazy. But I've heard that analogy and I'm like, oh my God, the best way to love yourself is to watch what you're doing with yourself. Whether it's the way you talk to yourself, whether it's the way you're taking a shower and you're putting on lotion. And I've started to slow down. And I noticed since listening to that, what I take away from that is self love is everything. That is the key to confidence because when you love yourself, confidence is right there. You're able to do anything and you are unstoppable. You're literally unbreakable. No one can convince you to do anything that you don't want to do because you love yourself, because you take care of yourself, because you have yourself and you have your back. You have your own back, if that makes sense. And I noticed since hearing that phrase, now that when I do my shower, I always watch where I'm washing, whether it's my thighs or it's my arm or it's my hand. I always pay attention to myself. And then when I'm doing my lotion session, I always watch where I'm putting my lotion. And that just reaffirmed to myself, I love myself. I love my body. I love this woman that I am and this woman that I'm becoming. So just slow down, take care of yourself, whether it is working out or skincare. I kind of feel like skincare is number one. Like when you take care of yourself, that is a number one sign that you love yourself. And when you don't, and you abandon yourself, that is a number one telltale sign that you don't like the person that you are and you don't like the person that you'll become. So absolutely. Self-care is I kind of feel like it's number 1 on this list for me. Is it has teach me a lot about myself and a lot about the type of woman that I am. And hearing that phrase just blows my mind because it's like that is true. When you're in a relationship with someone, you always want to take care of them. So why not give that care and love to yourself so you can build that confidence to become an unstoppable human being? Number 4, celebrate your wins. And yes, even if it's tiny ones, take a second each night to think about what went right that day. Acknowledge even small wins, and it reinforces your strengths. I would always say if you start small, like you're trying to pick up a routine and you start off small, like making coffee every morning, for example, do that for a week straight. And if you wake up every single day and you're doing it, you're making your tea or your coffee every morning, acknowledge that. Make sure you allow your brain to process, hey, I am doing this every single day. I am proud of myself. Whether you get a job offer, acknowledge that. That takes time. That takes energy to keep going to these interviews, to keep showing up every day, even if you're getting rejections. Just reassure yourself that, hey, you're doing such a good job. I am proud of you. And you are on the right path. Like reconnect with yourself and allow yourself to feel great about these small little wins that you're doing, like going to the gym every day. That is something to celebrate. Some people might think, oh, well, it should be normal. No, when you suffer from depression, when you suffer from anxiety, you suffer from unregulated nervous system, you have to normalize celebrating yourself. You have to normalize giving yourself compliments because if someone else do it, you're very quick to pop up and be like, oh my God, thank you. So why not give that to yourself also? It's okay to tell yourself, hey, good job. Because I do it every day. I go, Maka, you're doing such a good job. I am so proud of you. And like I said, it took me a minute to get here. But once you get into the habit of just acknowledging your own hard work, acknowledging your own little efforts can go such a big way. And it just reinforces your brain and your strength. And it just reinforces your brain that, hey, this person is showing up for themselves. Number 5, push yourself out of your comfort zone. I always say someone who's always been very shy and someone who always been very like, if I do something, I always want to be in the back of the room and just hide. I kind of feel like this year I've just been, especially getting back my confidence, I want to be front and center. I will show up to a workout class and I'll go in front of the room. And normally I would try to find a corner to hide into, but at the time I wasn't confident enough to do that. And that's just the honest truth. And as I am building my confidence up, I've noticed I'm doing more things that I normally wouldn't do. And I'm challenging myself in more ways that I've normally wouldn't do. And I've noticed doing those things really just reinforce my mindset that, hey, you're definitely getting better at this and you're definitely on the right path. So, whether it's speaking up in a meeting or trying a new hobby or just doing something that you would normally avoid, these tiny risks build resilience and it builds self-confidence. I kind of feel like don't go don't OD, but if you're in a meeting or if you're out with your friends, be the one that gets up and dances on the table. I kind of feel like when you shake your body up like that, at first it's so scary, but then you get so comfortable just being the one that speaks up and the one that's kind of the life of the party. And that's not saying like go embarrass yourself. Yes, if you suffer from anxiety, your body will start screaming at the beginning when you start doing these things, but I promise you, it just will reinforce yourself that it's the best feeling in the world when you overcome that fear of being seen, of being heard once you start taking these risks. And then I noticed it also opens more door for me. I kind of feel like it shows my brain and the universe and God that, hey, I can take on more. So get out your comfort zone, you guys. If you always wanted to take a workout class, whatever it is, and you have anxiety because you just are so scared, that is a challenge in itself. And I promise you, once you do it, you're going to feel so much better about yourself. You're going to feel so much confident. So just push yourself a little, start off very small, whether it is wearing something that you always wanted to wear, but you feel like uncomfortable doing it, or it is going places alone. Start off very small and then just build from that. Don't overdo it, you guys. Like I said, this is a process. It take me 6 years to get to this place that I am. I know for a fact a couple years from now, going back, I would never be sitting down in my living room on a mic talking because I'm not really like a talkative person. And this itself, this podcast in itself is a challenge for me. And if I can do it, I promise you, you can do it too. All right, you guys, there you go with 5 habits to build unshakable confidence. I kind of feel like I am definitely an example of everything that I'm talking about on this podcast. Like I mentioned, you guys just slow down. I kind of feel like the best thing you can do is not rush things. And I understand I am such an impatient person myself. I just want to get everything done. But I noticed when I do that, everything falls apart. So just slowing down and just doing your affirmation and just checking in with yourself can go a long way. I have definitely implemented all these 5 habits that I listed, and I do it every single day. There is times where, I do mess up, but I clock right back in and I make sure I keep doing it because, once we're humans and we are, as humans, a creature of habits, and we do tend to just fall back into our bad habits because the way our brains are conditioned is to keep us safe. And our brains are conditioned to keep us in a survival mode, if I'm being honest with you, which I hate so much. So, doing all this work and reworking your brain nervous system and opening up that space for your brain to feel safe in itself can go such a long way. And I am learning this as I'm going also. This is a learning course, and don't be hard on yourself. Don't feel like you have to be perfect because you don't. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to start over. The goal is to get to the point where you're even doing it. Because if you are a person that suffers from anxiety and depression and unregulated nervous system, you're going to struggle with this because nobody wants to change, including myself. Nobody wants to change. Change is very, very difficult. It's easier to be stuck a victim and be a failure factor than change. That's why not everybody does it, which is okay, which that's their journey. But if you're going to be on this journey and this podcast, you have to be in a mindset where I might fail some of these things, but I'm going to show up every day and I'm going to keep giving it my best. And that's all that matters. And I promise you, just doing those few things, you will be exactly where you are. You will be the person that you want to be, the woman, the man that you want to be. And these few things will take you to the destination that you want to go and be the person that God wants you to be. So thank you guys so much for joining me for today's episode. I really hope that you guys take something from this episode and any episode that I actually drop. I will see you guys on Sunday with affirmations on confidence. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.